મુખ્યમંત્રી શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદી અહીં મંચ પર પધારી રહ્યા છે. આવો જોરદાર તાળીઓ સાથે મહાનુભાવોનું સ્વાગત કરીએ. આભાર. રોજગારની વણઝાર બોલે, વેપાર ઉદ્યોગનો વ્યાપ બોલે, 4000 દિવસની સિદ્ધિ બોલે, મેધાવી આ રિદ્ધિ બોલે. આ છે વણથંભ્યો વિકાસ, આ છે વણથંભ્યું ગુજરાત. Unstoppable development, unstoppable Gujarat. Namaskar. With that mantra, we welcome you all to this inaugural plenary of Industry Responsive Skill Convention, Making Gujarat a Skill Hub, in the august presence of Honorable Chief Minister Shri Narendra Modi, our chief guest today. આપનું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત કરતા અમે ગૌરવ અનુભવીએ છીએ. સ્વાગત કરીએ છીએ માનનીય મંત્રી શ્રી શ્રમ અને રોજગાર શ્રી વજુભાઈ વાળાનું. We are indeed honored and privileged to welcome our guest speakers, Dr. Dalia Schipper, Director, Swiss Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training, Mr. S. Mahalingam, Chairman, CII National Committee on Skill Development and Chief Financial Officer and Executive Director, Tata Consultancy Services. We also welcome Chief Secretary, Government of Gujarat, Shri A.K. Jyotiji, and other dignitaries on the dais. Honorable Minister Shri Vajubhai Wala has led many a labour and employment initiatives empowering the youth of Gujarat. માનનીય મંત્રી શ્રી શ્રમ અને રોજગાર શ્રી વજુભાઈ વાળાએ માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રીશ્રીના નેતૃત્વમાં શ્રમ સુધારણા, તાલીમ તથા રોજગાર ક્ષેત્રે અનેક મહત્વાકાંક્ષી યોજનાઓ અને આયોજનો સાકાર કર્યા છે. રોજગાર મેળાઓ, કૌશલ્યવર્ધન કેન્દ્રોની સ્થાપના જેવા અનેક ઉમદા કાર્યો જેઓના સુચારુ વ્યવસ્થાપનમાં સાકાર થયા તેવા વરિષ્ઠ માનનીય મંત્રી શ્રી વજુભાઈ વાળાને આમંત્રિત કરીએ છીએ આપના સ્વાગત પ્રવચન માટે.
ગુજરાત રાજ્યના મુખ્યમંત્રી આદરણીય શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદી, માનનીય શ્રી એસ મહાલિંગમજી, માનનીય ડૉક્ટર દાલિયા સ્કીપર, આદરણીય શ્રી સુનિતા સાંગી, આદરણીય શ્રી પ્રદીપ ભાર્ગવ, શ્રી દિલીપભાઈ ચિનોય, શ્રી પોલ એમલેટ તેમજ ગુજરાત રાજ્યના મુખ્ય સચિવ આદરણીય શ્રી જ્યોતિ સાહેબ, અત્રે ઉપસ્થિત વિવિધ ક્ષેત્રના ઉદ્યોગના પ્રતિનિધિઓ તેમજ શિક્ષણ ક્ષેત્રમાં પડેલા સૌ આચાર્યશ્રીઓ તેમજ શિક્ષકશ્રીઓ, સૌથી પ્રથમ તો આપ ગુજરાત રાજ્યના વિકાસ માટે ફક્ત ગુજરાત જ નહીં પણ સમસ્ત હિન્દુસ્તાન ગુજરાતમાંથી પ્રેરણા લે અને આ પ્રેરણાના આધારે સમસ્ત રાષ્ટ્રને આર્થિક રીતે સશક્ત બનાવે એ જે કાર્યક્રમની અંદર આપ સૌ ઉપસ્થિત છો, આપ સૌનું હું મારા વતી અને રાજ્ય સરકાર વતી ખૂબ ખૂબ સ્વાગત કરું છું અને ખૂબ ખૂબ ધન્યવાદ આપું છું. મિત્રો, આજે ગુજરાત રાજ્ય એ સમસ્ત હિન્દુસ્તાનની અંદર એક ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ક્ષેત્રે હરણફાળ ભરી રહ્યું છે અને આ વિકાસની અંદર યશના કોઈ ભાગીદાર હોય તો અમે શાસન કરતા નથી, પણ આપ સૌ જે અહીંયા બેઠા છો ને એ તમામ લોકોના ફાળે આ યશ જાય છે અને આ વિકાસના યશના યશસ્વી ભાગીદારો આપ સૌ છો. આપ સૌને ફરીથી હું ગુજરાત રાજ્ય વતી ખૂબ ખૂબ પ્રણામ કરું છું ને અભિનંદન આપું છું. મિત્રો, આજે જ્યારે સ્વામી વિવેકાનંદજીની 150મી જન્મ જયંતિ ચાલે છે, ત્યારે સ્વામી વિવેકાનંદજીનો જે મુખ્ય વાત હતી કે માણસ તાકાતવાન બને, નિષ્ઠાવાન બને, એટલું જ નહીં પણ માણસ રાષ્ટ્રવાદી બનવો જોઈએ. આ દેશ મારો છે અને આ દેશના વિકાસની અંદર હું શું યોગદાન આપી શકું, આ વિચાર લઈને જે માણસ આગળ આવે છે એ પોતાની પણ પ્રગતિ કરે છે અને રાષ્ટ્રની પણ પ્રગતિ થાય છે. મિત્રો, ભારત દેશ એ ગરીબોનો દેશ છે અને ગરીબોના દેશમાંથી જો ગરીબીને દૂર કરવી હોય તો આપણે પ્રોડક્ટિવિટી આ ક્ષેત્રની અંદર વિકાસ કરવો જોઈએ. પ્રોડક્ટિવિટીની અંદર એક એગ્રીકલ્ચર વિભાગ આવશે અને બીજો ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીઝ વિભાગ આવશે. આજે એગ્રીકલ્ચર વિભાગથી સામાન્ય માણસને, ગ્રામજનોને રોજગારી મળી શકશે, જ્યારે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ડિપાર્ટમેન્ટ એવું છે કે જે તમે સમસ્ત વિશ્વની અંદર તમારી આઇટમ આપી અને એના વેચાણ મારફત તમે ધન ઉપાર્જન કરી શકો, એનાથી ખૂબ જ ડેવલપ થવાનું છે. તમે ને હું સૌ જોઈ શકીએ છીએ કે આજે ચીન હોય, જાપાન હોય, એનું જે વિકાસનું કારણ છે તો એ ત્યાંની એગ્રીકલ્ચર પ્રોડક્ટિવિટીના કારણે નહીં, પરંતુ એનું જે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ પ્રોડક્ટિવિટી છે એના જ કારણે આજે ચીન અને જાપાન આજે ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ક્ષેત્રમાં વર્લ્ડ આખાની અંદર આગળ વધે છે. હું એટલું કહીશ કે જાપાન અને ચીનની અંદર જે પોટેન્શિયાલિટી છે એના કરતાં ભારતીય લોકોની અંદર એની પોટેન્શિયાલિટી અને ઇન્ટેલિજન્સી ખૂબ જ વધારે છે. પણ આજે એની પોટેન્શિયાલિટીને ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ કરી અને મારે ને તમારે આગળ વધારવાનું છે. ગુજરાત રાજ્યની અંદર હું કહીશ કે સમસ્ત હિન્દુસ્તાનમાં ન હોય એટલા રાજ્યની અંદર 263 ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટ છે. એમાંથી 143 એ જે નેશનલ કક્ષાના આધુનિક કેળવણી શિક્ષણ મેળવી શકે એવા પ્રકારના છે અને 120 બાકી છે. એને પણ અમે ટૂંક સમયની અંદર નેશનલ કક્ષાના ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટ બનાવી દેવાના છે. ફક્ત આટલું જ નહીં, ગામડામાં રહેલા જે અબૂધ, જેને કંઈ ઓછું જ્ઞાન છે, ઓછું ભણતર છે, એવા લોકો માટે થઈને પણ 335 કૌશલ્યવર્ધન કેન્દ્રો એ ગુજરાત રાજ્યની અંદર છે, જેની અંદર 4,80,000 લોકોએ એમાંથી તાલીમ લીધી છે. એમાંથી હું ગર્વપૂર્વક કહીશ કે જ્યારે ગુજરાત રાજ્યના મુખ્યમંત્રી મહિલાઓના સશક્તિકરણની વાત કરે છે ત્યારે આ 4,80,000માંથી 2,80,000 બહેનોએ આની અંદર શિક્ષણ લીધું છે. 60% બહેનોએ શિક્ષણ પ્રાપ્ત કર્યું છે અને 40%ના ભાઈઓ છે. મિત્રો, બહેનોની જે શક્તિ છે એને પણ આપણે અમર્યાદિત ગણવાની નથી, એની અંદર પણ ખૂબ પોટેન્શિયાલિટી પડે છે. આ તમામ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયાલિસ્ટ અને શિક્ષણ ક્ષેત્રની અંદર પડેલા તમામ લોકોને હું ફરીથી વિનંતી કરીશ કે આપણે આપણા ગુજરાત રાજ્યને મજબૂત કરવા અને આપણા રાષ્ટ્રને મજબૂત કરવા સ્વામી વિવેકાનંદજીના વિચારોને લક્ષ્યમાં રાખી અને રાષ્ટ્રને મજબૂત કરવા માટે થઈને આપણું પોતાનું જીવન અને આપણા જિંદગીનો સમય એ રાષ્ટ્રને વધુમાં વધુ સમર્પિત કરી અને ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીયલ ક્ષેત્રે વધુમાં વધુ ઉત્પાદન કરી, વધુમાં વધુ પૈસા ઉપાર્જન કરી અને અર્થવ્યવસ્થાને સદ્ધર કરી અને આ દેશમાંથી ગરીબીને જાકારો આપી અને ભવિષ્યની અંદર ભારત દેશની આન અને શાન વધે, એના માટે થઈને પાયામાં પડેલા આપ સૌ લોકો છો. આપ સૌ લોકો જેટલો પુરુષાર્થ કરશો, જેટલું પરિશ્રમ કરશો, એટલો આ દેશ આગળ વધવાનો છે. આવો આપણે સાથે મળી અને આ કન્વેન્શન દ્વારા આપણા રાષ્ટ્રને મજબૂત કરવા માટે થઈને અને આપણે જે બેકાર ભાઈઓ અને બહેનો છે એને રોજગારી મળે, રાષ્ટ્રની સંપત્તિ વધે અને સમસ્ત ક્ષેત્રમાં રાષ્ટ્રનો વિકાસ થાય, એ પ્રકારના પ્રયત્ન કરવા માટે પરમ કૃપાળુ પરમાત્મા તમને અને અમને સૌને શક્તિ આપે એવી શુભ ભાવના સાથે ફરી આપ સૌનું હું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત કરું છું. ધન્યવાદ, આભાર.
આભાર માનનીય મંત્રી શ્રી આપનો. આજના પ્રસંગે મહાનુભાવોનું પુસ્તકથી સ્વાગત કરીશું. We take this opportunity to welcome our dignitaries with books. We invite Chief Secretary Government of Gujarat, Shri A.K. Jyotiji, to welcome Honorable Chief Minister. We request Principal Secretary, Labour and Employment, Shri P. Panirvel, to welcome Honorable Minister, Shri Vajubhai Wala. We also take this opportunity to welcome all the other dignitaries on the dais. Mr. S. Mahalingam, Chairman, CII National Committee on Skill Development and Chief Financial Officer and Executive Director, Tata Consultancy Services. A chartered accountant by qualification, he began his career as an IT consultant and thereafter played a major role in marketing TCS services across the globe, developing processes and creating large software development centers for the company. Mr. Mahalingam's experience has given him significant standing within the IT industry. We invite him for his address.
Mr. Narendra Modi, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Mr. Vajubhai Wala, Honorable Minister of Finance, Labour and Employment, Transport, Government of Gujarat, Dr. Dalia Shipper, Mr. A.K. Jyoti, Chief Secretary, Mr. Maheshwar Sahu, Mr. Panirvel, Ms. Sunita Sanghi, Mr. Pradeep Bhargav, and friends. I'm delighted to be here at the Industry Responsive Skill Convention, making Gujarat a skill hub. We have a galaxy of luminaries with us today, and this is testimony to the importance of this convention. Shri Narendra Modi, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, we are deeply honored to be here with you sharing this platform. Your presence reiterates your commitment to the subject of skill development. We in CII work with all states of India, but Modi ji, you are the one Chief Minister whose vision and proactiveness on a matter like skills is unparalleled. I understand that your benchmark for skilling numbers in Gujarat is China. Your vision is to set up world-class training facilities with corporate support to make it relevant and international tie-ups to take advantage of the advances in technology, both what is being taught and the manner in which it is taught. As usual, Mr. Chief Minister, you have the formula absolutely right. Relevant and indeed industry responsive skills training is what we need, and that is also what will give Gujarat, once again, that cutting edge above all other states. The industry responsive short-term bridge modular courses in existing ITIs, polytechnics, and engineering colleges with active involvement of user industry participation on PPP basis, a vibrant apprenticeship training scheme wherein more than 40,000 applicants have been allotted positions in over 5,400 industries, plans to set up extension training centers and skills upgradation centers at industrial estates and clusters, SEZs, and special investment region right at the industry doorstep, GIDC estates. All these point to a very carefully crafted and scientific approach to skills development here. Sir, I also understand that Gujarat is the first state in India where more than 90 ITIs have been working with industries on public-private partnership model. Of these, 25 ITIs have been adopted by CII members. CII has also facilitated 17 member companies to set up 24 industry-responsive clusters. Mr. Chief Minister, I wish to particularly congratulate you on the foresight in focusing on technology and upgrading relevant courses like automobiles, chemicals, solar power technology with latest courses. That this has been done with active support from top industries like Tata Motors, Eicher Motors, Germany, etc. is a proof of relevance to industry. You are Mr. Modi, you are the state government which has pioneered offering uniquely structured incentives and schemes to encourage companies for training and development of industry resources, thus making business of skilling a viable proposition, giving it a desired direction. It will ensure the reach of these efforts of government and industry to the untapped sections of community. That's why, sir, Gujarat is the destination for corporate India. I understand that Gujarat has been the top state in generating employment as per official figures of the Government of India. Of the total 5.09 lakh employed in year 2010, Gujarat contributed 41%. The state has provided maximum employment opportunities in the country for over a decade. I believe Gujarat government has held 27 job fairs, which resulted in employment of 70,000 in 3,000 industries. CIA was able to mobilize its member companies to participate in the job fairs. With a visionary like you at the helm, I have no doubt whatsoever that Gujarat will lead the way in skills and engaging youth the right way as in all other areas. CIA is thankful to you for the opportunity to partner this convention, which is one of the largest skill congregations in the country. Your vision for Gujarat has been inspirational, and today's success of Gujarat can be traced in part to the clear direction you have provided to skill development of the state. Honorable Chief Minister, you have led by example and proved to the rest of the world how progress can be achieved. We are truly gratified by the presence of representatives of various departments of the state government, as also from the private sector in India and overseas. We are delighted to have ITI principals and representatives from other institutions who add a very special dimension to the proceedings. I must add here a point about the considerable investment that my company, Tata Consultancy Services, has made here in Gandhinagar. We are in the process of completing the construction of a world-class campus to accommodate 10,000 IT and ITES professionals. We will be adding considerably to the software export business that we will be doing from Gujarat. We recruit a large number of engineers from colleges in Gujarat. We have our in-house training facility also here. And also, most Tata Group companies have significant investments in the state. If India is to accelerate its growth rate and realize its full potential in agricultural, manufacturing, and service sectors, the focus on skill development is key. We need to take note of the following factors concerning the growth and diversity of population as we chart strategies for skill development. India is passing through a phase of unprecedented demographic change as the proportion of the population in the working age group is increasing continuously. According to the census projections, the percentage of the population in the age group 15 to 59 is expected to increase from 58% in 2001 to 64% in 2021. This will add about 63.5 million new entrants to the workforce between 2011 and 2016. This population bulge in the working age group is seen as an important competitive advantage for the nation, often referred to as a demographic dividend. We are presented with a double opportunity of sorts. A skilled workforce is needed not just to fuel India's growing industry demand, but also to fill in the emerging demand in the West with its aging population. Therefore, when we undertake training programs, we must benchmark it globally so that in the single step, we meet both objectives. Quality is as important as quantity. However, in order for the advantage to be harvested, the new entrants need to be absorbed into the labor force. India's demographic dilemma arises from the fact that the proportion of trained youth is and will remain to be one of the lowest in India. By 2020, the average Indian will be 29 years old as compared to 37 in China, 45 in Western Europe, and 49 in Japan. We are faced with a unique situation of more than 90% of the workforce and about 50% of the national product are accounted for by the informal economy. In rural areas, the unorganized labor force is highly stratified on caste and community considerations. In urban areas, while such considerations are much less, the bulk of the unorganized workers in urban areas are basically migrant workers from rural areas with little skills and training. Therefore, India faces the challenge of shifting a larger proportion of employment to the organized sector where earnings are higher and job security is better. However, we need to change the present scenario by orchestrating a robust plan to engage the workforce in the unorganized sector through skills training. That is the true opportunity that lead us to inclusive growth. Inclusiveness can be realized by the high growth rates only when the sources of growth are expanding and thereby including an increasing share of the population in the growth process. The size of the population, its profile, and specific challenges that we face in our growth pattern require us to craft appropriate strategy, and I'm listing a possible approach. On the demand side, there is a need to focus on the growth of the manufacturing sector, which can absorb large numbers of workers from agriculture while providing them higher living standards. Another approach has been to focus on certain sectors that offer scale and have huge demand for people: construction, tourism and hospitality, healthcare, ITES are among them. For instance, construction industry demand estimate shows a requirement of over 35 million between 2012 and 2022 as per NSDC data. Any intervention in these sectors must be demand-based, keeping in mind the export potential as well. Skill councils must take the lead here in defining demand, content, curriculum for training and leveraging IT. The SME sector is yet another sector where enough attention is not given. The needs of this sector, as we all know, are different. The kind of people they require need different skill sets. The cost structure they function in are different. For instance, all the software engineers that India produces, an SME organization may require a network administrator with basic IT skills rather than a full-fledged engineer. However, in the mad race for engineering, no one is catering to this demand for lower skilled IT people, for which I can assure you there is a great demand in all SMEs. The supply side of jobs is also important. Getting implementation scaled right is critical. Therefore, we must look at models across the world, such as community colleges in US and Canada, German, Swiss, Australian vocational education. These models are highly inclusive and demand-driven. There is extensive use of technology, animation, simulation, as well as hands-on training. To enable similar systems in India, it's critical to have in place national qualifications framework, which awards credits based on one's qualification, either in vocation or mainstream academics. This enables lateral and upwards mobility of students towards professional growth. A positive development of the policy front is the MHRD ministry's call to universities to leverage their physical infrastructure as well as their knowledge expertise to run vocational education courses during slack periods. Sastra in Tamil Nadu is one university that has taken on the challenge and is even funding a year's training of underprivileged students in the community. They have tied up with companies located close by to employ the deserving students. Innovations such as social safety nets and income support arrangements that sustain youth while they reskill themselves are critical to success. Time is of essence, and therefore replication rather than reinvention should be the preferred approach. Of the 7,000 ITAs in the country, can we pick the most successful and replicate them? There are examples, and tool rooms of SME are excellent models. CII has worked closely with the government of Gujarat in bringing out successful PPPs. This relationship has witnessed desired results in the ITA upgradation scheme. Along with the DGENT guidelines, the Gujarat government has also made reforms to ensure smooth functioning of the scheme. The Gujarat government has built a robust apprenticeship system. Indian industry is appreciative of this, as we too have tabled the recommendations to the DGENT for nationwide consensus. Having said this, there is much more to achieve here in the state. Until we reach a stage where each and every youth of the state emerges out of school with hope for his future and confidence that he has the best opportunities ahead for earning a livelihood, the work must go on. In conclusion, I would reiterate this point that we truly live in a country of demographic dividend, and with Gujarat leading the way, we are sure to realize this dividend. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mahalingam. Dr. Dalia Schipper, Director, Swiss Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training, a doctorate in education science, management of universities, is armed with rich experience of working on important positions with Department of Education, Sports, Women and Child Rights. We invite Dr. Schipper for her special address.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Narendra Modi, Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Vayuabiwala, Honorable Minister for Finance, Labour, Employment and Transport, Mr. Mahalingam, Chairman of the CII National Committee, Mr. Jyoti, Chief Secretary of the Government of Gujarat, dignitaries on the dais. I thank CII and Gujarat government for invitation to this conference. I'm deeply impressed about the organization and the interest. If I will talk about in Switzerland, nobody will look about it, will be sure that it will be true like this. I'm very glad about the opportunity given to me to present you some facts about Swiss skill development. It's true, we are very proud about our system, and we are also proud about the interest it creates all over the world, and we like to share it. Because we are sure it's one of the basic reasons for the prosperity of a society. Systemic research shows that quality, youth unemployment, and innovation competitiveness are based, amongst other things, on the Swiss vocational education and training ecosystem. I'll present it you in its function properly. And I would like to show you how it is possible to share our experiences and our know-how with other countries, for example, India. Swiss quality, I suppose I don't know to talk about it. Everybody knows all over what is Swiss technology, Swiss workforce, and so on. I have to keep in touch with my slide changer. Keep one back, please. And if we ask ourselves in Switzerland why we are so focused on the quality of our work and our products, we'll find the roots in Swiss VET. Latest studies showed it. Swiss youth unemployment rate, so young people between 15 and 24, still is the lowest under the OECD countries. You see it hardly here on the red sign. You know, and we know in Europe, we know which big problem the unemployment of young people for countries can be. And still during the latest economical crisis, youth unemployment in Switzerland remained more or less on the same level. And if we ask ourselves, why is it like this? We will have some answer. Swiss vocational education and training and its force to integrate young people in the labor market. Switzerland is continuously ranked highly in competitiveness and innovation, as you see here in 3 scores. And also herefore, we believe that Swiss vocational education and training, the manner of learning close to the realities of economy and its needs is part of an explanation. So, what is Swiss VET, Swiss Vocation and Education Training? Swiss VET is based on a dual-track system, which means that apprentices learn the practical part of their education in a company and will go only for the theory courses at a vocational school. So host companies will take apprentices to have for the practical learning. It's about 40% of all the companies in Switzerland take apprentices. The apprentices will spend about 3 to 4 days per week at the company, and they are fully integrated in the workflow and produce output for the company, as I will show later on. The employer, back please, the employer-employee relationship is regulated by an apprenticeship contract, which is equivalent to work contracts. The only difference is that apprenticeship contracts include a clause whereby the host company agrees to provide the student with practical training. The apprenticeship contract also sets forth the salary. Yes, they get a salary conditions for the entire period of training. The vocational schools provide apprentices with general education courses and vocational education instruction courses. They will spend there 1 to 2 days per week. In Switzerland, we have about 230 professions regulated on national level. About 70% of all young people choose after 9th grade this VET path. And it's not a problem. It's not a problem for our academic rate because we have a high permeability. You can go through VET to university. Now, this system in a small country is very complicated. But it's also part of the responsibility taken by everywhere. In the whole ecosystem, you will have the OPED, the federal office, which is responsible for a policy, for ordinance, and which will take over about 40% of the costs for VET for the schools. The states, as the cantons in Switzerland, they are looking after support and quality assurance for the companies and the schools. Now, industry associations, on the other side, we do have about 300 in Switzerland. They give the contents for curriculum and for final assessments. They define the level of professional education and the certificate. The companies, as members of the industry associations, offer the apprentice places, are responsible for the practical education, the instructors as coaches for the apprentices in the apprentice shops, for the equipment in the apprentice shops, and the salaries. They, companies, found about 60% of VET in Switzerland. Perhaps you will ask yourself now how it is possible. I will try to give an answer afterwards. Then we will have SWIVET, the Federal Council's expert organization for VET, which I'm heading, is responsible for support. We support companies in the development of curricula and qualification profiles. We support schools and cantons in training of teachers, examiners, counseling. We support the federal office by making research on VET as basic for decision making and by building up VET specialists. Now we will come back to this question, why about 60% or why companies are able and are willing to invest about 60% in VET. I will try to give you an answer with this chart here. As curricula are developed based on labor market needs and the fact practical training takes place in the production, apprentices are already during apprenticeship productive. As you see here on this chart, in this 3-year apprenticeship, in the first year productivity, which would be the fairer blue, is a little bit deeper, but afterwards in the second year and in the third year, the productivity of an apprentice is getting higher than the gross cost, which would be the darker blue. And the red one is the net benefit. As you can see, companies have a net economic benefit by training apprentices. And another proof which I would like to show with this chart is apprenticeships are fully industry ready when they come out of their apprenticeship. Each company is keen to take them. And that's one of the reasons why companies are ready to invest. So, as a short introduction in Swiss VET, I would like to show you how it is possible to share it also with other countries, as we did adapt it for India. There has been running a pilot for 4 years in 4 states in India with 10 companies, 150 plus apprentices, 60 plus teachers for theory and 40 plus instructors and examiners. leading to a diploma from Swissmem. Now, the whole system is going in a PPP sustainable organization led by Skillsonics, the Indian implementation organization. From the Swiss side, it's always Swissmem, which is the Association for Technical VET, and SWIVET. We are supporting Skillsonics in building up the whole organization. We signed up a collaboration agreement for the next 10 years. The model is also running in Gujarat in 2 locations, Ivadodra and Karamset. And it's, Skillsonics is responsible for a moment for the whole curriculum development, for the content, the certification and the training of VET professionals. Skillsonics is collaborating with the states because Skillsonics needs the teachers, the ITI teachers for a theory part. And Skillsonics obviously is collaborating with a lot of companies because companies also in this system, adapted from the Swiss system, are responsible for the apprenticeship, for the practical learning. Hereby, the future sector skills councils will play a very, very important role. I'm happy for the opportunity to show you how good experiences can be shared, even in an intercultural, highly different environment, which has others and I suppose more challenges than the small Switzerland. It shows that we have understood the components of our system and we are able to share them, to adapt them in order to get running a similar ecosystem also in another country. And it showed us how important it is to have a competent partner in the target country, as we have with Skillsonic, otherwise it's not possible to do such a transfer. And we learned a lot about our system, thanks to India. If ever you have more questions or suggestions, I will be here for the whole day. Thank you very much for your attention, and bye.
Thank you, Dr. Schipper, for sharing your wonderful experiences with us. અને હવે ઔદ્યોગિક ગૃહો અને વિવિધ આઈટીઆઈઝ વચ્ચે જે સમજૂતી કરાર કરાયા છે તે પૈકીના 26 પ્રતિકાત્મક સમજૂતી કરારનું આદાન પ્રદાન માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રીશ્રીની વિશિષ્ટ ઉપસ્થિતિમાં કરીશું. We invite on the dais Tata Motors Limited and Jigna Purohit for the first MOU for skill development and upgradation in pharma technician course. We next invite CL Educate Limited, Greater Noida, and Mr. M.I. Khan, Principal ITI. We next invite Topson Energy Limited, Gandhinagar, and Mr. A.B. Trivedi for an MOU on skill development and upgradation. We next invite Shri Amar Singh Ji Mills, Wakaner, Rajkot, and Mr. S.D. Vora. Once again, an MOU in the area of skill development and upgradation. Austin Engineering Company Limited from Junagadh. They signed an MOU with Mr. V.K. Bhatti. Excel Process Private Limited, Valsad, and Mr. R.V. Kapdi. For an MOU in skill development and upgradation in mechanical group. Volkswagen Group Sales India Private Limited in Pune. They signed an MOU with H.V. Patel in the area of skill development in motor mechanic vehicle trade by VGTAP program. Apollo Technical Education Foundation, Gurgaon, Haryana. They signed an MOU with B.D. Rawal. in the area of industrial automation, quality, communication skill. We next invite Janak Healthcare Private Limited and Principal ITI, Mr. A.N. Chaudhary. We next invite from Rainbow Papers Limited and Mr. D.D. Lathia for an MOU in power and paper sector. Horizons Enterprise Viara from Tapi and Ms. Chaudhary. Jan Shikshan Sansthan Patan and Mr. T.N. Bhavsar. 119 MOU સાઇન થયા છે, તેમાંથી 26 પ્રતિકાત્મક સમજૂતી કરાર આજે માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રીશ્રીની વિશિષ્ટ ઉપસ્થિતિમાં થઈ રહ્યા છે. This is JBS Academy Private Limited, Ahmedabad, with Mr. J.P. Chotai in the area of logistics and port sector, soft skill development. Joshi's Kohinoor Technical Institute, Mumbai, and M.Z. Waghela, the MOU in the subject area of engineering and electrical. Navjeevan Center for Development, Mehsana, and MP Shah. Stone Technology Center and Mr. D.A. Kughasia. They have signed an MOU in the area of stone handicrafts, stone artifact, stone industry machine operation. PI Industries Limited, Gurgaon, Haryana, and Mr. I.A. Mansoori in the area of chemicals. Empower Pragati Vocational Staffing Private Limited and Mr. P.R. Patel in the area of electrical auto retail. Premier Shield Private Limited, New Delhi, with Mr. H.J. Dave in the area of automobile, ERP solution, security guard, civil, hospitality, engineering and electrical. Raj Farm Academy, Navsari, with Mr. B.D. Ahir in the area of eco-friendly approach for sustainable agriculture, cultivating agro-tourism. Skill Sonics and Mr. P.N. Baria. The MOU is in the area of industrial safety crew, safety engineer, industrial logistics, corporate housekeeping, store inventory management, stitching operator, pattern making, etc. Timber Home Limited, Ahmedabad, and Mr. J.R. Shah in the area of kitchen engineering training. We next invite Bosch Rexroth India Limited in joint association with Shashidhar Spares Private Limited, with Mr. K.C. Bhatt in the area of hydraulics, pneumatics, electric drives and controls, mechatronics and robotics, automation technologies. Tudor India Limited, Pratij, Sabarkantha, with Mr. R.R. Patel in the area of skill assessment and certification. Apparel, Retail Training and Job Solutions Private Limited, ARTJS, Bangalore, and Mr. N.R. Parikh. And we now invite Normalian Tooling Systems Private Limited, Surendranagar, and Mr. A.L. Nai in the area of CNC operations, industrial, hydraulic, and pneumatics. Aabhar, Mananiya Mukhyamantri Shri Apno. One of the prominent industry, Maruti Udyog, has also adopted 5 ITIs of Directorate of Employment and Training under state-sponsored public-private partnership schemes. Gujarat is a state known for its enterprise, innovative initiatives and speedy reforms, symbolized as the growth engine of India, and its Chief Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, is known for his bold initiatives, vision, imaginative planning for all-inclusive growth in all sectors and all sections of society in the state. સૌનો સાથ સૌનો વિકાસના મંત્રને જેમણે આત્મસાત કર્યો છે તેવા વણથંભ્યા ગુજરાતના માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રી શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીને આવો વણથંભ્યા વિકાસની 4000 દિવસની આપની સિદ્ધિ માટે શુભેચ્છાઓ પાઠવતા આમંત્રિત કરીએ આપના પ્રવચન માટે.
Dr. Dahlia's keeper, Shri Mahalingam ji, our senior minister, Shri Vajubhai, our chief secretary, Mr. Jyoti, ladies and gentlemen, we have assembled here to discuss a very important issue, empowering our youth with the knowledge and skill sets of the 21st century. For me, this, in fact, is the most important dimension of our great nation's developmental story. I'm extremely happy to be here with you. More than 50% of Indian population is below 25 years. We enjoy an average age of 24 years today, while a large part of the world struggle with an aging population. I see India's youth as one of its biggest strengths and most valuable resources. I strongly believe that if India is able to invigorate its talent pool, its youth in one decade will be the engine of growth not just for India but for the world. If we convert our youth population into a skilled workforce, we can meet the entire world's workforce requirement. In line with this strong belief in youth power, Gujarat has invested substantial time and resources in facilitating their all-round development. We believe education and skill development are the most powerful mechanism for empowering our youth. With a holistic approach, we are increasing the reach of education and training. More importantly, we are also enhancing its quality. This is being done in line with the latest international trends in promoting innovation and nurturing human resources. And the results are visible for all to see. Gujarat presents the best picture in employment generation. A recent survey of Government of India says that Gujarat has the least unemployment rate. Gujarat also presents the best picture in development of skills, hard as well as soft. Many of our initiatives are now recognized as best practices nationally. To give a few leading examples, our I Create initiative is being hailed by everyone for its innovationness. Through Scope, we are building English language proficiency in the youth of Gujarat. Recently, we have launched Empower to prepare our youth in IT and electronic skills. Various other initiatives nurturing all-round development include the likes of Vanche Gujarat, a drive for reading, Khel Mahakumbh, a statewide drive for encouraging various sports, Innovation Commission, choice-based credit system, and so on. Specific to the domain of skill development, Gujarat has given top priority to developing modern technical and professional skills in our youth. The Gujarat Skill Development Mission and Gujarat Council of Vocational Training aim to make each and every youth employable. Our industrial training institutes, IITs, play a central role in this. The number of IITs have increased fivefold over the last decade. Our IITs have been upgraded with new buildings, new machinery, and state-of-the-art infrastructure. Courses have been updated and the number and diversity dramatically expanded. 20 superior technology centers, STCs, have been launched which provide specialized training using state-of-the-art technology. These are driven by industry needs and future human resources demand. Examples would include STCs related to automobile servicing and solar technology. We have also opened a powerful window of opportunity by enabling ITI students to pursue diploma and engineering courses after their ITI education, thus widening their career horizons. One of the best parts of the story is that our efforts are powered through partnership with the industry. More than 50% of our ITIs are now running on PPP basis. Through partnership with a range of national and international companies and institutions. This is going to be further strengthened today with MOUs being signed for setting up new skill generation centers. My experience in Gujarat reaffirms my strong belief that India must place at the top of its agenda the task of empowering its youth with knowledge and skill sets. We in Gujarat are already showing the seeds for the same. We remain committed to turning every young mind of Gujarat into a powerhouse of motivation, hard work, and innovation. कुछ बातें आज बाहर जो समूह आए थे उनके लिए जो मुझे कहनी थी वो मैंने कह दी, लेकिन और भी कुछ बातें हैं जो मैं बताना चाहता हूं। इक्कीसवीं सदी हिंदुस्तान की सदी है, ये हम बहुत लंबे अरसे से सुन रहे हैं, लेकिन वो कौन सी ताकत है जिसके भरोसे हम ये कह रहे हैं? तो तुरंत जवाब मिलता है कि हमारी युवा शक्ति। लेकिन सिर्फ हाथ पैर है, उस युवा शक्ति से भरोसे देश विश्व की ताकत नहीं बन सकता। हमारे पास योग्य युवा शक्ति होनी चाहिए और योग्य युवा शक्ति का आधार होता है उसकी क्षमता, उसकी योग्यता। और उस क्षमता और योग्यता की ओर हमने ध्यान नहीं दिया तो हम विश्व के सबसे युवा देश होते हुए भी न हम विश्व को कुछ कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाएंगे। इतना ही नहीं, हम ही कहीं शायद अपने आप बोझ न बन जाए। और इसलिए बहुत दीर्घ दृष्टि से हमने स्किल डेवलपमेंट पर फोकस करना चाहिए। और मेरा खुद का अनुभव यह है कि हम स्किल डेवलपमेंट पर थोड़ा सा भी ध्यान दें तो हम बहुत बड़ी मात्रा में एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी जनरेशन कर सकते हैं, सर्विस की क्वालिटी में भी इंप्रूवमेंट कर सकते हैं और अल्टीमेटली इकोनॉमी जनरेट होने से क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ में भी बहुत बड़ा चेंज ला सकते हैं। और इसलिए इन चीजों पर बल देने की आवश्यकता रहती है। अब मैं जिस क्षेत्र से आता हूं, राजनीतिक क्षेत्र, दुर्भाग्य ऐसा है कि उस क्षेत्र में ट्रेनिंग की जरूरत ही नहीं है। और एक कवि सम्मेलन में कवि हमेशा कविता सुनाया करते थे कि एक मंत्री जी ने ड्राइवर से कहा, आज कार मैं चलाऊंगा। तो ड्राइवर ने कहा, सर मैं उतर जाऊंगा, क्योंकि ये कार है, सरकार नहीं जो कोई भी चला ले। इसलिए मैं उस फील्ड से आ रहा हूं, लेकिन वहां भी कभी न कभी तो वक्त आएगा। धीरे धीरे से लीडरशिप को लेकर के काफी कुछ बहस वहां भी हो रही है। लेकिन मेरे अनुभव बताओ, मैं जब मुख्यमंत्री के नाते काम करने लगा तो हर बार जब नया मंत्रिपरिषद मेरी बनती है तो मंत्रियों का जो स्टाफ होता है उनका मैं 1 वीक ट्रेनिंग करवाता हूं प्रोफेशनल लोगों से। और उसके कारण प्रोडक्टिविटी में, बिहेवियर में, एटीट्यूड में इतना परिवर्तन आता है कि हर नागरिक को फील होता है यार कुछ बदल सा है। अब उसमें मोटिवेशन लेवल से ज्यादा महत्वपूर्ण था ट्रेनिंग। सिर्फ मोटिवेशन लेवल से काम चल जाता ऐसा होता नहीं है, ट्रेनिंग बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करती है। अब हमारे यहाँ डांग जिला, हमारे ट्राइबल वहां बाम्बू का काम करते थे और पहले भी करते थे। कोई मेरे मुख्यमंत्री बनने के बाद करने लगे ऐसा नहीं था, करते थे, लेकिन क्वालिटेटिव चेंज लाना जरूरी था। तो हमने वहां से टीमों को नॉर्थ ईस्ट भेजा, जहां बाम्बू पर इतना काम होता है। इन लोगों ने वहां ट्रेनिंग ली, सीखा। आज वो इतना बढ़िया गुड्स बनाते हैं। अब जब वो बनाने लगे तो उनको ध्यान में आया कि हमारा बाम्बू, उसकी क्वालिटी इस काम के लिए अनुकूल नहीं है। यानी जो कल तक जिस बाम्बू से काम कर रहा था उसकी खुद की ट्रेनिंग इतनी हो गई कि उसको बाम्बू ही में ही परिवर्तन ढूंढने लगा। तो हमने एक जेनेटिक काम करने वाली केमिकल इंडस्ट्री को कहना पड़ा कि हमारे बाम्बू की 2 गांठ जो होती है उसका डिस्टेंस थोड़ा ज्यादा हो, इस प्रकार का जेनेटिकली मॉडिफिकेशन की हमें जरूरत है, तो आप रिसर्च करो। उन्होंने किया और हमने उस प्रकार के बाम्बू बनाना शुरू किया ताकि उनको जिस प्रकार का बाम्बू पर काम करना था वो बाम्बू उनको लोकली उपलब्ध हो। यानी अच्छा, अब जब वहां बाम्बू वहां है, ट्रेनिंग हो चुकी है, वो गुड्स तैयार कर रहा है, तो मार्केट भी मिलने लग गया। और इसलिए मैं मानता हूं, अब मुझे याद है कि पहले हमारे यहाँ एयरपोर्ट जो था ये बस स्टेशन जैसा था। अहमदाबाद का एयरपोर्ट यानी एक बस स्टॉप पर आप आए ऐसा लगता था। अब एयर ट्रैफिक पिछले 15 साल में काफी बढ़ा है, हमारा एयरपोर्ट भी बड़ा सर्विस। अब उनको नौजवानों की जरूरत थी, तो हमने कहा ठीक है भाई, अपन मिल करके कुछ काम करते हैं। तो हमने एयरपोर्ट के सराउंडिंग 5 किलोमीटर रेंज में जितने नौजवान थे उनको इनवाइट किया और कोई 400 नौजवानों की 10 दिन की ट्रेनिंग की। तो उनको एयरपोर्ट पर ही, अब वो साइकिल पे आते हैं, अपना रोजी रोटी कमाते हैं और अपना घर चले जाते हैं। और इसलिए हम बहुत उसका मैपिंग करें, किस क्षेत्र में किस प्रकार के लोगों की रिक्वायरमेंट है। मैपिंग करने के बाद अगर ठीक से ट्रेनिंग करें तो आज जो होता है ना भाई, एक फैक्ट्री से लोग उठते हैं दूसरी फैक्ट्री में चले जाते हैं, वो भी तकलीफ कम होती है। दूसरा, क्लस्टर डेवलपमेंट का बहुत बड़ा फायदा होता है। सरकार ने भी डेवलपमेंट के समय क्लस्टर अप्रोच को मद्देनजर रखना चाहिए। जैसे हमारा मोरबी है, मोरबी एक सिरेमिक का क्लस्टर बन गया है, तो हमने हमारी वहाँ की जो ITIs हैं उसके सिलेबस, वहाँ टर्नर फिटर की मुझे जरूरत नहीं है, वहाँ वायरमैन की जरूरत नहीं है, वहाँ मेरी ITI है, ये इसका जब प्रीडोमिनेंटली सिरेमिक का पढ़ाएगी। अगर वहाँ प्रीडोमिनेंटली सिरेमिक का पढ़ाते हैं तो मेरे नौजवानों को वहीं रोजगार मिल जाता है और इसलिए न घर छोड़ना पड़ता है न गांव छोड़ना पड़ता है उसको। और इसलिए हमने 200 स्कूल चालू कर दिए, 200 ITI चालू कर दिए, 50 है, इससे परिणाम नहीं मिलता है। आज जो भारत सरकार ने भी गर्व के साथ रिपोर्ट किया है कि पूरे हिंदुस्तान में नौकरी पाने योग्य युवकों में 4% बेरोजगार है, लेकिन उन्होंने ये भी गर्व से कहा है अकेला गुजरात ऐसा है कि जहां कम से कम बेरोजगार है, कम से कम बेरोजगार है। और इसलिए अच्छा, हमने एम्प्लॉयमेंट भी बढ़ानी है और एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी भी बढ़ानी है, क्योंकि अगर हम हमारा एक्सपांशन नहीं करते इंडस्ट्रियल बेस का, इवन इन एग्रीकल्चर, तो हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए स्कोप जनरेट नहीं कर पाएंगे। एम्प्लॉयमेंट के लिए स्कोप जनरेट किया, लेकिन अगर एम्प्लॉयबिलिटी के लिए व्यक्तियों का विकास नहीं करते हैं, उसकी प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग नहीं करते हैं, तो इसलिए इन सबका इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच होना चाहिए। इन सबका जब इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच होता है तो हम इच्छित परिणाम ला सकते हैं। उसी प्रकार से अगर हमें आज दुनिया में चर्चा है, चीन के साथ हमारी स्पर्धा है, चीन से स्पर्धा है, 21वीं सदी हमारी है, तो किन बातों पर बल देने से हम चीन के साथ मुकाबला कर सकते हैं? एक तो मेरा मत है कि हमारा स्कोप बहुत वाइड करना चाहिए। आज अगर हम 200 प्रकार के ट्रेनिंग देते हैं तो वो 2000 प्रकार की ट्रेनिंग कैसे देना शुरू करें, 20,000 प्रकार की ट्रेनिंग कैसे देना शुरू करें? हमारे स्कोप को बहुत वाइड करना चाहिए। दूसरा, हमारा स्केल बढ़ाना पड़ेगा। तीसरा, हमें स्किल्ड बढ़ानी पड़ेगी। और चौथा, हमें स्पीड बढ़ानी पड़ेगी। अगर इन चारों को मिलजुल करके हम काम करते हैं, स्कोप, स्केल, स्किल एंड स्पीड, इन चारों पर अगर हम बल देते हैं, तब जाकर के हम हमारी पूरा युवा शक्ति को इस निर्माण कार्य के अंदर हम जोड़ सकते हैं और तब जाकर के हम परिवर्तन लाते हैं। अब हमारे यहाँ होटल मैनेजमेंट के इंस्टीट्यूट्स होते हैं। होटल मैनेजमेंट सरकारें चलाती हैं, लेकिन कभी सरकार को विचार नहीं आता है कि इस होटल मैनेजमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट का हम भी कैसे फायदा उठाएं। हमने एक प्रयोग किया। हमारे जितने गवर्नमेंट गेस्ट हाउस के स्टाफ है, क्लास 4th के जो एम्प्लॉय हैं, उन सबको मैंने सैटरडे संडे गवर्नमेंट की जो हॉस्पिटैलिटी कॉलेज है उसमें पढ़ने के लिए भेजा। और मैंने कहा भाई तुम गवर्नमेंट गेस्ट हाउस में चादर कैसे रखे, पीलो कैसे रखे, चाय कैसे देनी, तुम सीख के आओ ना। उसको नौकरी कैसे मिली? कोई पहचानदार किसी ने कह दिया भाई जरा बच्चा है रख देना, तो रख लिया। किसी ने ट्रेनिंग नहीं की। अब ये पूरे देश में स्थिति है। लेकिन अगर हमारे दृष्टिकोण में ट्रेनिंग है तो हम अब मेरा दो फायदा हो गया कि सैटरडे संडे मेरी जो गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज है उसका भी उपयोग होने लग गया। इन नौजवान 2 दिन जाकर के आते हैं, बहुत विश्वास, उनका कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल इतना बढ़ जाता है, वो अपना सीखने लगते हैं। अब हमारे यहाँ गुजरात में एक समस्या रहती है, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ मगन भाई 5वां, मगन भाई 8वां एक बहुत बड़ी चर्चा थी। 2 लीडर थे, तो 5वें से अंग्रेजी या 8वीं से अंग्रेजी वही झगड़ा चला हमारे यहाँ कई वर्षों तक। और उसके कारण बाय एंड लार्ज हम गुजराती भाषी गुजराती में ही बातचीत करते हैं, तो अंग्रेजी भाषा का हमारा अब धीरे धीरे समय बदल गया। तो हमने एक बहुत बड़ी मात्रा में गुजरात में मूवमेंट चलाया, स्कोप, और उसके अंदर हम अंग्रेजी उसको सॉफ्ट स्किल सिखाने के लिए कोशिश किया। हमारा अनुभव यह आया कि 40, 45, 50 साल की गृहिणी भी ये अंग्रेजी का स्कोप सीखने गई। तो मेरे लिए सरप्राइज था। मैंने कहा भाई ये झूठी बातें हो सकती है, ये फिगर बढ़ा रहे हो और पेमेंट लेने के लिए कुछ खर्च चल रहा है, क्योंकि कोई कारण नहीं, कोई 40, 45, 45 में। तो मैंने थोड़ी जांच करवाई, बड़ा सरप्राइजिंग मुझे आंसर मिला। उन माताओं ने कहा कि हमारे बच्चे मीडियम इंग्लिश में पढ़ रहे हैं और घर आकर के हमारे और उनके बीच में कम्युनिकेशन में गड़बड़ होता है, तो हमें जरूरी लगा कि हम भी थोड़ा बहुत बच्चों को खुश करने के वाली 2, 4, 10 बातें सीख लें। और इसलिए हम हाउसवाइफ हैं लेकिन सीखना शुरू किया। कहने का तात्पर्य है कि अगर हम सुविधाएं उपलब्ध कराएं तो सामान्य मानवी को भी सीखने की इच्छा होती है, वो अपने आप में परिवर्तन लाने के लिए उत्सुक होता है। और इसलिए हमारे ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस का नेटवर्क को अब जैसे, अच्छा कुछ ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि सब प्राइमरी ट्रेनिंग हो गई तो काम हो गया, ऊपर जरूरत नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। आप देखिए अस्पताल में हम देखें तो एक अस्पताल के अंदर मोर देन 600 टाइप पैरामेडिकल एक्टिविटी होती है, मोर देन 600 टाइप। अब आज क्या होता है, एक आदमी आता है 5-7 दिन साथ रह करके वो सीखता है कि इस मशीन को ऐसे उठाना, ऐसे रखना, फिर वो डॉक्टर को देना, लेकिन उसकी प्रोफेशनल ट्रेनिंग नहीं होती है। आज कितना स्कोप है, सिर्फ हॉस्पिटल इंडस्ट्री हम देख लें, यानी हॉस्पिटल सर्विसेज के देख लें, मैं मानता हूं थाउजेंड्स ऑफ ट्रेनिंग कोर्सेज आर रिक्वायर्ड। हमने एक बार, क्योंकि मैं काफी रुचि लेता हूं इस विषय में, क्योंकि मैं मानता हूं कि इसमें से बदलाव इसी से आना है, तो मैंने एक दिन हमारे अफसरों की मीटिंग की, तो वो कोई सोच रहे थे 50 कोर्स नए करेंगे, 70 कोर्स नए करेंगे। मैंने कहा ऐसा नहीं भाई, एक काम करो, जन्म से मृत्यु तक हर व्यक्ति को कितने प्रकार की सेवाओं की जरूरत पड़ती है, सूची बनाओ, जन्म से मृत्यु तक। तो उन्होंने मोटी मोटी सूची बनाई, ऐसे ही करीब करीब 976 उन्होंने निकाले कि इतने प्रकार की उसको झूला चाहिए, उसको खिलौना चाहिए, उसको गुलदस्ता चाहिए, उसको किताब चाहिए, उसको टेबल कुर्सी चाहिए, उसको सोने के लिए खटिया चाहिए, करीब 976 प्रकार की चीजों की जन्म से मृत्यु तक में मनुष्य को अनिवार्यपणे जरूरत होती है। अब ये तो उन्होंने सरसरी नजर से बनाया था, कोई अगर बैठेगा तो 9000 भी निकाल सकता है। मैंने कहा इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि 976 सर्विस प्रोवाइडर चाहिए, इसका मतलब हुआ कि उनकी ट्रेनिंग चाहिए। अब मान लीजिए गुलदस्ते की जरूरत है, गुलदस्ता बनाने की ट्रेनिंग होनी चाहिए ना। क्यों वो पिता के पास बेटा सीखा, बेटे के साथ उसका बेटा सीखा, तो क्वालिटेटिव चेंज नहीं आता है। और इसलिए अगर हम एक एक चीज में बारीकी से देखें तो हमारे यहां क्वालिटी ऑफ लाइफ में अगर चेंज लाना है, तो हमारे प्रोडक्शन में चेंज लाना है, तो हमारे वर्क कल्चर में चेंज लाना है, तो हमने ग्लोबल मार्केट को कॉम्पीट करने के लिए हर प्रकार की सेवाओं में सुधार लाना है, तो हमारे साथ नॉलेज के साथ स्किल बहुत अनिवार्य है। और जहां स्किल को डेवलपमेंट के में बल दिया जाएगा, हम बहुत अभी हमने हमारे यहाँ बाइसेक है, यहाँ नजदीक में गांधीनगर में इंस्टीट्यूट है, कभी आप लोगों को रुचि हो तो देखने जैसा है। सैटेलाइट के माध्यम से जो इंजीनियर्स हैं उनको हम एम्प्लॉयबल बनाने के लिए 6 महीने की ट्रेनिंग देते हैं और स्टूडेंट को देते हैं। वो अगर बाहर पढ़ने जाता है तो उसकी फी 20-20 हजार रुपया होती है। अब हर विद्यार्थी 20 हजार रुपया खर्च करे संभव नहीं, तो हमने लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस एजुकेशन शुरू किया और हमने कहा सिर्फ तुम 100 रुपया, सीरियसनेस है तेरी इसलिए तुमको भरना होगा, और शाम को समय हम लॉन्ग डिस्टेंस है। हमने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट के साथ पार्टनरशिप की और आज हमारे हजारों इंजीनियर्स इंजीनियर की डिग्री प्राप्त करने के 6 महीने पहले इन कंपनियों के लिए एम्प्लॉयबल हो सके उसकी ट्रेनिंग उनकी हो जाती है। यानी हम अगर इन चीजों पर बल दें तो हम बहुत बड़ा परिवर्तन ला सकते हैं। गुजरात ने पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप मॉडल को भी महत्व दिया है और पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप मॉडल के कारण भी हमारे यहाँ काफी बड़ी मात्रा में कुछ हम इनोवेशन भी कर रहे हैं। जैसे हमारे यहाँ परंपरागत रूप से मांडवी, कच्छ मांडवी ये जहाज बनाने का उद्यम करता था आज से 100 साल पहले, 200 साल पहले, और बड़े जहाज बनाना काम वो करते थे लकड़ी के। अब धीरे 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 कुछ ही परिवार बच गए, तो हमने वहां स्पेशल आईटीआई शुरू किया। उस आईटीआई के सभी स्टूडेंट का यही काम है कि वो नाव बनाना, जहाज बनाना, उसका ही उनका ट्रेनिंग हो। आज मांडवी का वो बंदर हमारा मरा पड़ा था, धीरे 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 उनको मांग बढ़ने लगी और उनको काम मिलने लगा, और वहीं के लोकल लोग जिनका पूर्वजों का ये व्यवसाय था उनमें क्षमता थी, धीरे धीरे वहां काम शुरू करने लगे, डेवलप होने लगा। मेरे यहाँ उमरगांव से अंबाजी पूरा ट्राइबल बेल्ट है। ट्राइबल के वहां पर लोकल एम्प्लॉयमेंट की, अब जैसे हमने केले में केला पैदावार करना तो परंपरागत से किसान करता है, लेकिन केला पैदा होने के बाद वो जो वेस्ट रहता है उसको हटाने का पहले किसान को 15,000 रुपये खर्च होता था 1 एकड़ पर। आज उसमें हमने वैल्यू एडिशन किया है, ट्रेनिंग दी है किसानों को, और उसमें से चीजें बनने लगी हैं, तो आज वो 1 एकड़ में 20-25 हजार रुपये कमाता है। तो ट्रेनिंग से हम इतना बदलाव ला सकते हैं और इकोनॉमी को इतना जनरेट कर सकते हैं। और इसलिए स्किल डेवलपमेंट, उस मिशन को हम जितना बल दें, जितना साइंटिफिक बनाएं, उतना लाभ है। गुजरात ने अपने आप क्षेत्र में इस दिशा में काफी कुछ किया है। हम देश के लिए भी उपयोगी हो इस प्रकार के काम को कर रहे हैं। मैं मानता हूं ये एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर का सेमिनार है, और जैसा आपने देखा करीब 26 डिस्ट्रिक्ट में एक कंपनी टोकन, वैसे तो काफी एमओयू होने वाले मुझे बताया। और हम चाहते हैं, हम जब वाइब्रेंट समिट करते हैं तो एक काम करते हैं, वाइब्रेंट समिट में जो एमओयू करते हैं उनको हम उसी दिन कहते हैं कि भाई 3 दिन के बाद एक सेमिनार होगा, आपको किस प्रकार का वर्कफोर्स चाहिए उसका पूरा डिटेल लेके आओ। तुम्हारी इंडस्ट्री को बनने में 2 साल 3 साल अगर कंस्ट्रक्शन में लगते हैं, तो जैसे ही तुम करोगे उसके साथ तुमको तुम्हारे लिए रिक्वायरमेंट जो मैन फोर्स है, ह्यूमन रिक्वायरमेंट है, ह्यूमन रिसोर्स की, उसके लिए हम ट्रेनिंग अभी से करवा देते हैं। उसका बहुत बड़ा लाभ हो रहा है। हमारे यहाँ एक गिफ्ट सिटी बन रहा है। अब आज हमारे गुजरात में इतनी टॉलेस्ट बिल्डिंग कोई है नहीं, उतने बड़े टॉलेस्ट बिल्डिंग बन रहे हैं। अब टॉलेस्ट बिल्डिंग बन रहे हैं तो पुरानी पद्धति से जो कंस्ट्रक्शन का काम करता है वो नहीं चलेगा। मुझे उस प्रकार के लिए स्किल, तो हमने स्किल डेवलपमेंट इंस्टीट्यूट शुरू किया, और उसमें भी कोई ज़्यादा खर्चा नहीं किया। हमने क्या किया, हमारी जो स्कूल है अहमदाबाद में चलने वाली, उस स्कूल को इवनिंग टाइम पे हमने कहा कि तुम इवनिंग में स्किल डेवलपमेंट के कोर्सेज चलाओ, ताकि ये जो हमारे कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर्स हैं उनको थोड़ा 3 दिन का 4 दिन का ट्रेनिंग हो जाता है, तो उस काम को कर लेता है। तो एक मूवमेंट के रूप में स्किल डेवलपमेंट को चलाना पड़ता है, और उसका परिणाम जिस सबको मिलता है। अब हम एक नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जा रहे हैं, और नेक्स्ट लेवल पे जा रहे हैं। वी हैव क्रिएटेड द इंस्टीट्यूट कॉल्ड आई क्रिएट हमारे ग्लोबल लेवल का इंस्टीट्यूशन बना रहे हैं। मिस्टर नारायण मूर्ति जी को मैंने रिक्वेस्ट किया था उसके चेयरमैन के लिए, उन्होंने इस बात को स्वीकार किया, और बात उसके नेतृत्व में हम काम करें। जो भी इनोवेशंस हैं, इतना स्पार्क भी 8वीं कक्षा के बच्चे में भी स्पार्क होता है। जिनके पास ऐसे इनोवेशन के स्कोप हैं, उनके लिए आई क्रिएट एक जगह है जहां आप वो आए, हम उसको पूरा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर देंगे, उसको रहने खाने की व्यवस्था देंगे, और वो जो भी उसके आइडियाज हैं उस आइडियाज को धरती पर उतारें, और कॉमर्शियल मॉडल कैसे तैयार हो उसके लिए उसको जो भी नो हाउ की जरूरत है वो मिले, उसको फाइनेंशियल हेल्प मिले। वहां तक का काम करने वाली एक आई क्रिएट संस्था, वर्ल्ड क्लास इंस्टीट्यूशन हमारी अंडर प्रोसेस है। मिस्टर नारायण मूर्ति के नेतृत्व में काम चल रहा है, उसका भवन अभी बन रहा है। लेकिन अभी से हमने लोगों का कांटेक्ट करना शुरू किया है, फैकल्टीज का है, स्टूडेंट्स का है, और उसकी एक वेबसाइट भी है, उसमें से काफ़ी अच्छी मात्रा में नौजवान आगे आ रहे हैं, और ग्लोबली शायद उसमें नौजवान मिलेंगे। कहने का तात्पर्य है कि हर लेवल पे स्किल डेवलपमेंट के काम को बल देते हुए हम आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं, क्लस्टर अप्रोच के साथ चाहते हैं, स्कोप भी बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, स्किल भी बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, स्पीड भी बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, और स्केल भी बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, और हम और अधिक कैसे कर सकें उस दिशा में हम प्रयास कर रहे हैं। मुझे विश्वास है कि आज के इस दिवस भर का समारोह हमारे नौजवानों के लिए एक नई आशा का किरण बनेगा। हमारा नौजवान बेरोजगार रहे, ये सबसे बड़ा देश का नुकसान है। उसकी शक्ति राष्ट्र के निर्माण में काम आए, उस दिशा में एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर में भी परंपरागत एग्रीकल्चर से बदलाव कर करके ट्रेन मैन पावर का लगाया तो बहुत वेस्टेज बच सकता है। हमारा अनुभव है पानी बचाने में ट्रेन मैन पावर का हमें बहुत बड़ा बल मिला है, और इसलिए उन चीज़ों की ओर हम ध्यान देंगे, बहुत बड़ा लाभ होगा। मेरी इस समारोह को, इस सेमिनार को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद।
जिन्होंने सत्ता को सेवा का अनेरा माध्यम बनाकर गुजरात की एक वैश्विक पहचान प्रस्थापित करी है, ऐसे मान्यवर मुख्यमंत्री महोदय, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपके मार्गदर्शक प्रवचन के लिए। वी नाउ इनवाइट Chief Secretary Government of Gujarat, Shri A.K. Jyoti, to propose the vote of thanks.
Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Narendra Bhai Modi ji, Honorable Minister of Finance, Labour and Employment, Shri Vaju Bhai Wala, Shri S. Mahalingam from CI, Dr. Delia Shipper, Director SVI FET, Shri Pradeep Bhargav, Mrs. Sunita Sanghi, Shri Panirvel, Principal Secretary Labor and Employment Department, invited guests, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. Friends, as you are aware that Gujarat is leading the industrial growth of India, and Gujarat has ensured that the state becomes the industrial capital of the nation. For that, Gujarat has actively involved youth, as the Honorable CM has very eminently told in his speech just now, to empower them for skill development so that their employability becomes better. Our visionary Chief Minister, Shri Narendra Bhai Modi, has taken long-term development steps for skill development in Gujarat to empower the youth. I would like to thank our Honorable Chief Minister for his great insight and the keynote address for empowering of youth by developing their skills. I would also like to thank Shri Vajubhai Wala, Honorable Minister for Labour and Employment, for giving inspiration and guidance on skill development at all the levels. Dr. Delia Shipper, Director, has specially addressed about Swiss model of vocational education and training, and Mr. Mahalingam from Chairman CI has also addressed about the role of CI in India, in Gujarat for skill development. I would like to thank both of them for their valuable speech and guidance. Today's seminar in 3 sessions, and all the participants, international and national speakers, would be actively participating, and I am confident that they would make the program a success. I would like to thank all the departments who have taken part to organize this successful seminar, which is henceforth would be interactive seminar. Jai Jai Garvi Gujarat.
Thank you, sir. And with that, we conclude this inaugural plenary for a new beginning. આ બાદના બધા જ ટેકનિકલ સેશન્સ માટે આપે સેમિનાર રૂમ નંબર 4માં જવાનું રહેશે, તે તરફ પ્રસ્થાન કરશો.